how come girls' clothes are so different? So I tried them on. I got caught. And I just knew that this was freedom, this was joy. People started asking, hey, do you sell pictures? I'm like, I found myself flying to the US then for shoots.
Prior to this journey, what actually were you doing?
I used to teach. If teachers could just teach,
That would be good, right?
yes, that would be amazing. Unfortunately, there are reasons why you can't do that. Because you are so fearful about other people finding out, there has to be an outlet. We think that money solves all issues.
It clearly doesn't.
Yeah.
Business development, sales and marketing.
Oh, yes.
You're a trans OF creator. How did this whole journey begin?
Wow, where do we start? It starts being very young, where you just know that things are different. Like you're not the same as the other boys around you, my cousins. And it felt more natural to hang around all the girl cousins.
Oh,
Yeah, so I found myself in the kitchen, enjoying like cooking and stuff. So since I do the laundry at home, so one day I think when I was like 9 or 10, I was like, oh, how come girls' clothes are so different? So I tried them on. I was like, hey, I look so much prettier.
At 10.
Yeah, I look so much prettier in these clothes. I like these clothes more. And it feels more me. Unfortunately, I got caught.
Your parents had a freak out.
Yes, I was born into a Christian home.
Oh.
Yeah, very conservative Christian home. And when I got caught, it was, Christian boys are not supposed to do this,
This is
blah,
too
blah, blah.
out there.
Yeah, this is wrong, And so you internalize this thing and you just live the rest of your life just practicing to be a guy.
So you were cosplaying as a guy?
Yes,
Until
yes.
recently.
So through university, there was always this question, I had this very homophobic, transphobic part of my life when I was like in army and before uni. Then when I went to uni, I started questioning because there were like the internet, like you had more access to the internet.
Yes.
And you started questioning things, and then I just realized that, okay, I'm very, very different. Yeah. Maybe I'm just bi. Yeah. That's what I thought, Yeah. Then when, I started having more accessible income, you start traveling. and then when I went to Thailand, I was like, hey, wait a minute. These people are different. The trans lady boys, the trans women there. Yeah, you're like different. But the Spider-Man meme where yeah, so there's that moment where you're like, hey, but there's that my deep inside, there's that like resounding, that resonance that so I started questioning, I started doing my research, and so in 2019 I made friends with all of them. Some people I dated. Yeah, and I just in 2019, I went back. That was the year where I really questioned, am I just not a guy? Am I just not a cis male? Yeah, so 2019 in November, I went back to Thailand and I told them, hi, this time it's going to be different. I want you to dress me up, bring me out shopping, do all sorts of things.
Then they were like, whoa.
Yeah, they were shocked. And it was like, okay, let me try if this is the right path for me.
So you went down the experimental route to find yourself.
Yeah, so a lot of people, like psychologists would say, like, there's this time of social transitioning.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had that social transitioning in that 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, and I just knew that this was freedom, this was joy.
It felt right.
I had never felt this freedom. Yeah, like you said, this was right for me.
Wow.
So I came back in 2020. I saw a psychologist. We discussed, we talked about stuff. We started on hormones. Fortunately, it was COVID. I didn't have to be out in public that much. You could wear a mask as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was a smooth kind of process into it. Then the OF part.
Yes, OnlyFans.
Yes.
Hustle, we got the hustle.
Yeah, work hard, hustle hard. The OF part. So the OF part was an interesting start. Because you are so fearful about other people finding out, there has to be an outlet. So I think the trans part of me, the coming out and the exploration for and the search for affirmation go hand in hand.
It was like a form of expression.
Yes, it was a form of expression. It was a form of seeking that euphoria. Yeah. As much as there is, there's this thing called gender dysphoria.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's when your gender does not align with how you look. So your inside, who you know you are, does not align with who you see yourself or how society expects you to perform. And because there's that disconnect, it creates lots of, conflict in you. It makes you unhappy. There's a lot of stress and pressure. So to rid all of that and just allow myself to be free, be who I am, and show off myself, that was freedom. And it got me down this path where people started asking, hey, do you sell pictures? I'm like,
you're like, what?
There's such a thing?
There's such a thing. Yeah.
Wow, okay. I never knew these kind of things could happen. So I gave it a shot.
Wow.
I tried and that's where the OF journey started. It got me a bit success. I found myself flying to the US then for shoots. And that's been a journey for 4 years.
Wow. So it's been 4 years since you went on this alternative creator journey.
Yes.
Right? And prior to this journey, what actually were you doing?
Wow. I used to teach.
There's this timeline of Ex-MOE now alternative OF creators. So it's either become an OF creator or you end up in Mothership article. Tell us more about this chapter of your life before being an alternative creator.
I really enjoy my job.
As a teacher, as an educator.
Yes. I do miss it, actually. Like handling the students, teaching the students, seeing the spark in their eyes. So for me, it has always been about education. Even in BDSM, even that part of like pro-doming has also been a lot about education. I always believe in like new things, learning, growing, and to see someone actually have that eureka spark. That was the most fulfilling thing I've ever experienced teaching students.
Wow.
Yeah. Did I like the system? Did I like the administration? No. Yeah, but if teachers could just teach,
that would be good, right?
yes, that would be amazing. Unfortunately, there are reasons why you can't do that. Because as a teacher, you are caretaker. It's like telling parents that it's like telling parents that you can split childcare with doing this part of parenting and this part of parenting. No, you can't. Parenting is a whole.
It's a holistic thing.
Where you have to take care of every single part of the child. And who knows the child better than the person seeing the child in the classroom
on a day-to-day basis?
Yes, on a day-to-day basis, that 1 hour, that 2 hours that you're spending with the kid. So that's why you have to do all the other administrative tasks. You have to do every single thing.
Wow, it sounds like a very all-consuming job.
It is.
And especially with all the media reports of parents requesting the teacher's WhatsApp handphone number, making a late night request, and then being very like helicopter parent and putting a lot of expectation and stress on the teacher instead of maybe their own children.
And I feel that parents then become entitled because they now hand off their kid. Yeah, so they entrust their kid to the teachers, rightly so, but you have to remember that that is still your kid. And people have to, it takes a village to raise a child. It's not just the teachers. You
That's
are the
true.
parent. You are the one who pooped them out of your
system.
So we call them, it's like,
Wow.
so you're definitely supposed to have more ownership.
Have more input, right?
Yes, definitely, So parents who are then just,
arm's length parenting, or what we call outsource parenting. Outsource to the school system, right? So
if only they paid like the teachers even more. Yeah, sure.
So the question of this like outsourced parenting as a former educator, do you think this is because like Singapore's too expensive and we need like both parents need to work in order to raise the child, and that leads to this kind of outsourcing mentality among the parents and this entitlement, because like they might think like, oh, I work so hard, I pay the money, then I should get like, it's like going to a restaurant, right? Dim sum restaurant, right? I order my dim sum, I want it to be hot, I want it to be good, and they have this mentality towards education.
I think with affluence, there comes that want for luxury, the
Premium service.
probably yes, the premium service. And a lot of people, because they think they have made it, that taste of success just gives them, I can pay someone else to do it.
I see.
It's also a value system that I think we were brought up in, where we think that money solves all issues.
It clearly doesn't.
And we think that I'll just pay someone else to do it. And a lot of people don't want to get their hands dirty. So I think we have bred that generation of parents who are just, I will pay someone else to do the dirty work. So I think a lot of people think like, blue collar workers and, that kind of, and all this menial labor and all this difficult work.
Difficult jobs.
The brain, like, my brain is more powerful. I should be paid more than people doing labor.
Is this like knowledge work versus vocational work?
Probably
something like that, right?
So when it comes down to that kind of value system, where you think that raising a child, doing all these difficult things is I gave birth to a kid because I want to enjoy my kid. I don't want the hard work that comes with
It's
the
like having a
parenting.
pet almost.
Yes. Pretty much like that. A lot of conservative societies actually breed more kinky people. Because it becomes a taboo. And when you start exploring these taboos and breaking these societal conventions, etc., these are things where people find excitement doing.
They feel the empowerment,
Yes,
or the
empowerment.
empowerment in the depowerment.
Yes.